Let's test our knowledge of standard Hearthstone with a Jeopardy Menagerie Paladin. Now, the idea behind this deck is we are going to be using the brand new Legendary of Watfin, which is a 2-cost card that has the battle cry, discover a minion. Pick the suspicious one to gain +1/+1. So, what this card does is it allows you to choose from 3 minions, and one of them will have something wrong about it. It'll either be the cost of the card, the attack, health, or the name, or even the tribal tags. When you choose the correct one, this becomes a 4-3 instead of a 3-2, which can overwhelm a lot of opponents, especially since you have 10 of them in the deck. However, to make your opponents squirm even harder, we're going to be using a Menagerie package that will be centered around Tortallin Storyteller to perfectly merge the idea of Aggro Paladin with End of Turn Aura Paladin. Essentially, using things like Maul to give your entire board +2/+2, making basically a Z Shaman at home style of list for early game and going into late game with a good old Giblin to overwhelm with huge minions. Now for the loading guide of the list, you are going to be looking most for the Watfins. Then you're going to be looking for Treasure Gill and Storyteller. If you see Storyteller plus a bunch of cheap other tribal minions, you're going to want to keep all of those. And finally, draw power guards are pretty good, aka the tradable cards of Giblin. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, Rogue. I have so many Rogue. Okay, look. My upload schedule, I was supposed to put out a coin Rogue list that a fan suggested to me last week. And it keeps getting delayed because I was like, I want to try to do something with every single one of the new event cards, and I felt like what I'm coining this deck is Jeopardy Paladin. Would be like a cool idea. I'm just gonna trade this in. Hopefully I can actually get this out before. I think we're going to do the Shaman list first, to just give a little insight of like where we are currently in playtesting. I had another version of this list that I really like. I didn't like, which is just pure aggro paladin. And then I was like, well, we can. Tortallin Storyteller ends up kind of merging the idea of like a slower end of turn or a paladin with like Menagerie aggro, which is what has been meta relevant for now. I also thought about doing the Tortallin Storyteller in Beatrix's pool instead, because that would be smarter. But then I was like, we're trying to make Watfin the main win condition of the deck, so we might as well do Watfin. Okay, it's Thrasher, right? Even if it isn't, we're still choosing. Yeah. Okay, Fan of Knives. Okay. Okay. I mean, this is a pretty nice board against, especially against Rogue. Like, what is Rogue going to do in a scenario like this, right? Well, I mean, I guess they had an answer. I've seen a lot of that 4/4 in Rogue, though. I don't like the card. I thought about using it in a Beatrix list, too, but, like, I don't know. It just... eh. Oh. We're going to be taking a lot of damage, aren't we? Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, that's actually a pretty good random generation. We need to slam down the Crusher, and then hopefully it hits the 7-9 after they attack into one of our minions.
The magic flows through.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
Yes, attack into it. Okay. We have a 1 in 4 chance of this hitting the correct target. I don't want to hit the face. Come on, hit the snake. Snake, snake, snake. Let's go! Okay. Do I want to accelerate Aura here? Or do I... Yeah, well, might as well. Okay. I mean, the freeze kind of sucks, but, like... Probably Giblin, right? Okay. Give me... Oh, yes, that's pretty nice. Oh, and Storyteller, too. You know, I had a deck where I was trying to do Dios plus Troublemaker. Again, I don't like trying to overwhelm people with the exact same class over and over again. I know we've done Shaman twice this set. I think we've done... What else have we... We've done Priest twice. We're going to probably end up doing Rogue twice. DK also is coming up. I have actually probably this next week all planned. Demon Hunter. Yeah, we still haven't done Paladin, which is what I'm hoping this will accomplish. If I can get the footage I want, right? But I think this might be the game that we get the footage we want. We really want here. Now, might as well just slam that down. I'm gonna think of the mana this is going to cost us.
Now Lo had many adventures.
I mean, this is pretty good, right? Right? Plus 4 plus 4 to like well, not everything, but a good chunk of the minions. That looks so beautiful. Oh. I mean, Mistress does ruin our day here, but most people aren't running her anymore. Also, for a deck that I expected to have short games with, this is doing pretty well. Or, this is a pretty long game. 10 minutes. Okay, deep freeze. Okay, I need to do the math here, actually. Because we might... It also depends on, like, what we top deck, too. Yeah, getting rid of the Storyteller makes sense if I was you. But you have to get rid of them both. You can't leave one of them up. It's not going to help. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You're also hoping for something that's a really good 8-drop. That is kind of good. Oh, that could be a problem. Unless we top deck something really powerful. A Watfin would be it. He does have a tendency to... Oh. Excuse me? Okay, I don't think we have game this game or turn.
No one will take me from my throne.
Wait, but we will have taunts, right? I want to get rid of at least like one thing on the board. Yeah, I want to get rid of the ancient just because it could become a problem. And we're going to be getting a dragon back here anyways, so... Oh, I guess not. It's out. I don't know what you do as rogue versus this. Like, this is better than I could have ever expected for this deck. And, like, only 5 games in, too, which is awesome.
Too many cards.
Okay, Watfin,
Lane's cruel grip shall be met with blood.
Verona. You know I just played that down. What a weird game. But awesome. Like, this is the high roll that we wanted. You don't have any mana for it. I don't know what you'd be looking for, but you don't have any mana for it. And we got that thick boy. Ooh, a 13-13. Oh, GG. It'd be so funny if we actually managed to get to Legend using Jeopardy Paladin.
Ready for adventure!
Wow, it's almost like we're playing Battlegrounds. Can you say triple? You know, that's a mechanic that I'm amazed we haven't seen, like, Blizzard try to do in, like, Standard. Is if you have, like, 2 copies of the same card, they combine into, like, a stronger version of the card. It probably would be a balancing nightmare. Either it would never do anything. Okay, what's up? Watfin? What am I...
I say.
It's... I actually don't know what it was there. I need to look at the Watfin, Okay, what can it all be? It can be... I've been trying my hardest not to just have standard Hearthstone card or like the Hearthstone library on my other screen. But that one I legitimately I do not know what it was. There's been a few times where it felt like I didn't know what it was. Maybe the icon? I don't think it can be the icon.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
Well. Okay. What am I looking? Oh, back on this. It is the name. I don't have any dragons in hand, but I can easily get some. I also do have dragons in the deck itself.
Elune.
To be fair, if I was my opponent, I'd be like, what am I facing against? Give me a dragon. I mean, this is a dragon-related card, it's just not a dragon. And it's this, for sure. Do I want to let them draw a card? No. I'll just go face with all this stuff. Like, I'm batting pretty good on average for the Watfins. I've only screwed it up a few times. This stream, at least. But to be fair, I did practice a lot before the stream in order to make sure I knew what was what. I mean, I didn't have to, but I was like, if I'm going to try to make this feel good, if this isn't a taunt, perfect, then I should at least do some of the mental math, you know? This is where I cry when they have Shadow Word Ruin, but that's okay. Alright, we can just refill the board again. The nicest thing about this deck in particular is, like, every Watfin gives you a second minion, so you get 2 resources for 1.
The light dims.
That name almost looked wrong. Isn't he a 5 cost? Live and you learn, I guess. Okay. Oh, we'll draw a card. Giblin's good for next turn. Yeah, we can slam down Giblin, and then we have the AoE, which is nice.
I am timeless, but your time is up.
We do lose this game. Because I don't really have a way to get rid of the Marstall move. Maybe we don't lose the game. Now we probably. Unless.
Who dares disturb the sunrise? Who dares disturb the sunrise?
I'm trying to think of like how I do this. Okay, this can swap here, and then this can. Okay. We have somehow managed to survive. It's honestly quite impressive that we were able to play that correctly. The funniest thing is they don't have a bunch of taunts and they don't wipe out the board. We should be fine. Okay, never mind that. Wait. Oh, buddy, old pal, are you dumb? Okay, we do have a solution for this board state. I can't believe this. I can't believe we won that. What? Oh. You know, I don't play Paladin that often on stream, but Paladin for some reason just always clicks in my head, and it makes me annoyed because I just don't like the class. Alright, we'll keep Watfin, get rid of the rat. Oh, part of me wants to keep Bulwark, but at the same time, I don't. Oh, it might come up. Great. Oh, another Watfin. Okay. Would have figured. Okay. Watfin, go, go, go. Give me 5 cost normally. I'm learning a lot about Hearthstone, actually, from this deck. Or remembering a lot more of Hearthstone than I normally do. I think the play here is we use the Maw, get rid of here. We attack into this with here. Then we put down the Taunt and Watfin number 2. Actually, you know what? We could just do Overseer depending on like if they go really, really wide or not. Also, I guess it depends on what our top deck is. If it's Acceleration or Gilfit, we'll do that plus a Watfin.
How long have I been here?
Oh. Flight maneuvers isn't that. I still think maybe going wide it would be better. Isn't he 5 normally? Alright. I know my Hearthstone. Not too well, but I know it alright. Okay, got rid of the one already damaged. That's okay. I mean, I'm going to get rid of this. Like, there's no reason not to, right? And then we do have the Bulwark next turn to slam down and nuke whatever board that they have. But to be fair, we don't even have to do that. It just depends on what they do.
Death itself draws near. I'll handle this.
Okay, this is a board state where I would do that. Oh, maybe not. Alright, now this is something that we've heard of. I think. Point into... what's the... That's actually not bad for us at all. We're taking all that damage to face, but that's okay. We got a Taunt and Bulwark on board, so it's going to make it a little bit hard for them to go wide again. Oh, if we add one more mana, Torith into Flight Maneuvers would be fantastic. I'll take another Flight Maneuvers. Or not Flight Maneuvers. Watfin. Bulwark. Wow, I can't speak. It is definitely that. Come on, we just need one more game after this. Let's go. My knowledge of Hearthstone has not failed us yet. Okay, we need one more game. Come on, one more game, one more game. Now, did we expand our knowledge of Standard Hearthstone, or did our lack of knowledge ruin our day? Turns out, this deck is actually pretty good. I actually managed to get to Legend live on Twitch. Using this deck, something that I haven't actually done ever before. Most of the time, I just rush to get the ladder climb done off stream using meta decks, but this seemed like a cool enough twist to kind of try to push for it, and it just happened accidentally, which makes it a deck that I honestly wouldn't mind recommending you all to try out, especially if you're looking for a home to use Watfin in. The only downside is this deck does take some knowledge of Hearthstone, and if you don't know the neutral pool and the Paladin minion pool that is currently in Standard, then you're probably going to want to keep up a tab of the Standard Hearthstone cards on like another monitor or just up in the background to double check you are choosing the right card. It is also worth mentioning, Watfin seems to be bugged sometimes. Sometimes the choices are all correct and it still just works. And I don't know why it does that, but if that ever gets fixed, then this is still a really cool deck for y'all to try out. But before we end the video, special thanks to our channel members of Daniel Nascimento and Ruben. If you want to help out the channel a little bit more, you can always join one of the 3 membership tiers. If you can't afford to do that, there's always leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, turning on notifications, or using the new hype button. There's also checking out the Twitch channel, as I mentioned before. But until next time, bye-bye.